The 90 Day Fiance Part 1 of the tell-all was on last night, and guys, it was unbelievable. So much drama went on that I'm going to get into in a couple of minutes. But first, I want to talk about what went down with the main event, and that to me was Mike and Natalie, because some breaking news drama came out last night that we did not know. There was no, spoilers on this drama with Mike and Natalie, and it was pretty unbelievable. So without further ado, let's jump right on into this one. Like I said, I want to talk about Mike and Natalie because we've known the rumors for quite some time that Natalie's moved to Florida, that they've separated. We kind of just all feared, I feel like, that they didn't actually get a legal divorce, but we knew that they were separated and whatnot, and that actually is the case, and she is in Florida. The interesting thing that I was wondering and waiting is that she did actually say, indirectly through Mike, is that Mike is paying her bills. I mean, everyone's been wondering, I have been wondering, how does Natalie pay for anything? She doesn't have a job. She can't get a job. How is she paying for anything? And I figured either she has a new boyfriend, or maybe she's making some money from the brand deals and whatnot, but it's like, you can't even really be doing brand deals because you can't have a, it doesn't make any sense. Like, there's no way for her to actually make money here in America yet. And so Mike did admit, someone, I think it was Julia, asked her, hey, how are you making money? What are you doing? What are you surviving on? And she kind of looked over at Mike and she had that stupid little smirk, Natalie did, and then Mike just said, she has my bank card, I guess what, a debit card or something? She has my bank card, and that's how she's paying for everything. But Mike did say that he's gonna be canceling the card pretty soon. So it was really weird, it was really strange. Basically, Mike and Natalie, they are separated. I feel like Mike is trying to keep this little window of opportunity and hope alive, and that is why he has not filed for divorce. He jokingly did say that he's looking for a divorce lawyer. I think he actually will go ahead and file for divorce, but it's like, as far as I know, he has still not filed. Someone would have seen it by now. He has still not filed for divorce. This was filmed a couple months ago, and it's like, nothing's gone down since. So what is he waiting for? It is kind of strange. Maybe they're trying to kind of figure out if she's going to get deported or whatnot, but it is kind of strange. Like, what is he waiting for? Why will Mike not divorce Natalie? So Mike and Natalie, they are not together. It appears that she is going to be going on 90 Day Fiance Single Life because she was spotted by one of my loyal followers on a date with a man and also a camera crew. So she is likely going to be on 90 Day Fiance Single Life. And for Mike, he said he was single. He said he's not dating, but we've heard otherwise that, he actually has been talking to some women and whatnot, which I don't really know if I say that's right or wrong or whatnot. I think, if anything, they need to finalize that divorce, then they can go on and date and live their own lives. So I don't know what he's waiting for. It seemed like he still kind of has just a little bit of hope that something might go down, that maybe she'll come back to him and want to work it out. I really just don't know. But Mike's mom, Trish, she was not thinking that same thing. She was telling Mike, this is over. I don't want you guys to reconcile this. Just move on. She was using you. She's a scammer. Like, she had literally nothing good to say about Natalie. Natalie, she was there. She kind of kept her mouth. The other interesting thing I kind of thought was kind of just bizarre last night was, come to find out, she never actually even told her own mom, Natalie, never told her mother that her and Mike are separated and they're going to get a divorce. When I heard that, I was like, what? Because Trish knew. And Trish was kind of just calling her a baby and this and all that kind of stuff. And then she even goes like, she never even told her mom that Mike and her are separated. So then we got to see her, FaceTime her mom, and she was devastated and she was sad. And keep in mind, this is Natalie's third divorce, so I kind of get why, but still, it's like, why? You never told your mom? And so that was kind of strange, kind of weird. But Mike and Natalie, this could very easily be the last that we see of these two as technically together as a quote-unquote couple, even though they're, separated, but still, it's like, I don't see Mike going back on 90 Day Fiance. There is a chance he's going to go on 90 Day Fiance Single Life, maybe. Natalie, for sure, we're going to see more of her, for sure. I feel like Mike is not a big fan of filming. I've heard from people that know him that he can't stand it. He just kind of jokes around, doesn't have a good time. So that would tell me he's probably going to be done with 90 Day Fiance. And we're done with Mike, but Natalie, yeah, I think she's gonna be back for a very long time. So more on them in a minute. I wanna now jump on over to Ronald and Tiffany because we got to see them. And they just left some stupid, vague answer. Okay, so I have been trying to piece together and connect the dots of Tiffany and Ronald, their drama on and off social media and on and off 90 Day Fiance for quite some time. And last night, I finally pieced it all together. Here is the deal. Okay, this is gonna sound very confusing. I'm gonna try to kind of just say this as simple as possible, but we never know when the tell-alls are actually filmed. However, Tiffany did reveal that in 2 days on the tell-all, she goes, in 2 days later, I'm going to be doing a weight loss procedure just like Angela did. And so I went back on my social media and I found out that she did the weight loss procedure on June 15th. Okay, so now we know that day. So the tell-all was probably filmed around June 13th or so, give or take. Now we're in August, so about, 2 months later. Here is the interesting thing though, you guys. On July, I think it was 6th and 7th, Tiffany and Rob, if you don't know, went off. They went on John Yates, actually both of them, YouTube or Instagram, whatever it was, on a live, and they went off on each other saying that they're over and that their marriage is done. And so I watched the last night's tell-all thinking, did they already have that huge breakout fight? Because at times they were doing okay, and at times they were fighting like crazy. But if you saw that live they were talking about on social media, they were like really done. Their marriage is over. They're not going to get back. It's just like done, done, done. And so now I'm kind of like, so that's why I couldn't really figure out what was exactly going on. But now we can 100% confirm that actually the tell was filmed like a month before they had that huge breakout fight. Because when they had that big breakout fight on social media, they were saying divorce, they were saying it's over, they were saying we're never going to get back together, all that kind of stuff. But on the tell-all, they were kind of like friendlier-ish. Like they definitely saw the window open of like possibly getting back together. They weren't really done, but they weren't really, back together. There was some weird thing in the middle. Okay, well that's why we now can confirm that all that huge breakout fight that they had a couple, that was actually done on social media, and it was done on like July 6th and 7th. So it was way after the tell-all was filmed, and that is just what we know. So everything that went down with Tiffany and Rob and tell-all last night, it was kind of just pointless because it's like we know in present day still they are going to get a divorce. I hadn't heard anything since. The only thing I heard since was that Tiffany and Ronald both did say that they're going to keep their relationship off social media for now just because of the kids and they, everything else. So I think they're done with 90 Day Fiance. If I had to guess, maybe they'll be on Pillow Talk and stuff separately, but like as a couple, as a whole, there is no way they are going back on 90 Day Fiance. So if you look at those two, Mike and Natalie, they're done. If you look at, Tiffany and Ronald, they're done too. So now, just like that, we're 0 for 2. Now we can flash over to Angela and Michael real quick with them. I mean, the gist with them is this. Angela was going off on Michael for things I literally don't even know about. She was mad about the baby thing. She was mad about the procedure. She was mad that Michael wasn't there. But then like a second later, they'd be all buddy-buddy, nicey, nice, happy-go-lucky couple. So I don't really know what the agenda is. The only thing I do know that is in present day, Michael is still in Nigeria. And also in present day, they're still together and they're still doing perfectly fine. So that's all I really know. Angela just keeps on doing more and more of this weight loss stuff. I think she's even lost even more weight since she was on the tell-all. And she's just, doing that whole thing. She's getting more stuff done to this and the teeth and the face and the wrinkles and everything else. So she looks good. She's still the same loud, crazy Angela, but she looks great, I guess you could say. I don't know. I'm personally not a huge fan. She did, ruffle her shirt and whatnot, if you know what I'm talking about, at one point in the tell-all, which everyone kind of thought was funny, but it is also kind of like, what is the point? Like, this thing seriously makes no sense and is completely, totally, 100% pointless. So she did that. I thought it was stupid, and it was just kind of like, what is, to me, it seems like she's just doing it for attention. And then we saw Brandon and Julia, and honestly, you guys, they were so quiet. If you go back this whole entire season and look at Brandon and Julia, they had no drama. They had the drama with one of Brandon's lady friends, who was just a friend, who was a girl, nothing, serious or anything, and Julia went crazy. Remember that scene? She went crazy, ran out the restaurant. So they talked about her jealousy. I think that's just, if anything, it's very minor. She might be a jealous person. Apparently she had some past relationships that she kind of got cheated on and whatnot, but it's like, I just do not believe anything that she was saying. I think that for the most part, her and Brandon, they're doing really well. They're living in their apartment. Brandon claims that, he sometimes thinks about going back to the farm or just living near the farm, which that could be true. But at the end of the day, they're happy. They're together. They really aren't, I don't think they have any real true plans of having kids anytime soon. But of course, Julia's talking about kids and this, but it's like, no. The other thing too I want to say is he's not very young. He's not like a guy's like 21 years old. He's like 28, 29-ish. So he's definitely at that age where they could be getting ready to start talking about kids and whatnot. But it's like, Julia mentioned it, Brandon freaked out, and I was kind of like, is this real or fake, or what is really going on? So either way, they're together, they're happy. The only kind of downside with those two is, I guess Brandon's dad, Ron, has some health issue. They did not want to get into it. Like, you could see Sean was really trying to kind of pick and poke and find out exactly what this thing is, but he wouldn't say, Brandon wouldn't say. Brandon even went on to say that, his dad didn't want to talk about this at all. So it's like, I felt bad for the guy. I really did feel bad for Brandon's dad, Ron. It seems serious. I guess he's getting some treatment of some sort, so I don't know if it's like, I don't really know what it really is or what's going on, but definitely either way, Brandon and Ron and Julia and the mom, Betty, some pretty sad stuff is going on for sure. But now with Brandon and Julia as a couple, it's all sunshine and rainbows. Everything's going pretty well. And they had one of the most boring seasons of 90 Day Fiance I have ever seen. And for the other couples, Kailani and Soya, they were very quiet. They were making little comments here and there. For the most part, they were very quiet. They were going to be on the part 2. This is actually a 2-part tell-all. So they'll be on the second part of the tell-all for sure. And on that tell-all, we get to see in a sneak peek that, of course, guess who shows up? It's, Suelu's sister and mom. They show up to the tell-all. They were not happy. They were very mad. Mainly the sister. The mom, like, kind of keeps her mouth shut. The only thing she talked about with that big mouth is just the money. She wants money, money, money. But for the most part with the mom, she just about keeps her mouth completely shut. And then, of course, Elizabeth and Andre were there, but they didn't say much of a word, if any. Very, 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 very quiet. They're going to be also on the part 2 of the tell-all, and guess who shows up this time? It looks like it's just Charlie. I was kind of hoping to see the whole family, to be honest. We've seen Becky, we've seen Jen, we've seen a lot of Chuck, but it's like, it looks like only Charlie showed up, which to me is kind of like, why did the other 3 not come? That's kind of weird. Unless they're just so boring, or I don't really understand it. But yes, Charlie, he goes. He's mad. They're still mad in present day. This relationship, whether it be fake or real, whatever you want to call it, more than likely will never, ever, ever, ever come back together in present, and just in real life, because it's like, this Charlie guy, either it's fake and the guy's crazy, or if it's real, he has this huge issue with Andre. They're both these alpha kind of male people. They're never going to ever get along, and that's just the extent of their thing. They're not going to get along. They're never going to be happy. They're never going to be friendly, and they should not. Yeah, I don't even know. They don't need to have this kind of brotherly relationship. They should just stay away from each other and leave it at that. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really understand the point of him coming on the show. Kind of stupid. And also Jovi and Yara, they made some comments. They talked a little bit more. They will definitely be more on the part 2 of the next tell-all, but the big thing with them is that there is a possibility that Yara is actually expecting a baby and that she is pregnant. But to me, I think it's either just a joke, or it's not real, or it's just a, false alarm kind of thing. I don't think Yara is pregnant, because this was filmed 2 months ago. We've seen her now. She is still going out. She just looks exactly the same. And it could be early, but I still just kind of think, no. I think we've seen her kind of drink and stuff too, so I really do not believe that Yara is having a baby. And I believe, unless I'm forgetting something, but I believe that was all of the couples we are going to see. So for the most part, I will say, we struck out on 2. So 2 of the, 7 or 8 are done. And that would be obviously Mike and Natalie, and Tiffany and Ronald. Besides Michael and Angela, for the other couples, I really don't have a big issue with anyone else. So it's really just those 2 couples. Everyone else, though, I'm pretty happy and I'm fine with it. My only other issue really is honestly just Kailani and Suelu. They need to get his family and his mom and his sister out of their marriage. But besides that, guys, 90 Day Fiance, the tell-all part 1, to me, it was pretty freaking good. But comment below what you guys think. And if you have any thoughts or any comments or anything, what you guys thought of that tell-all. Well, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Please hit that like button, hit the comments below. And y'all better stay tuned for many more videos.